Johnny Depp has been tangled up in this legal battle with Amber Heard for quite some time now. The initial article from the Sun newspaper that referred to Depp as a wife severely damaged the actor's reputation, and as a result, we saw him swiftly being pulled from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. In light of the article, author J.K. Rowling defended Depp and his inclusion with her series called Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Rowling got smacked with a ton of backlash for taking this stance, but as time went on, it seemed as though Johnny Depp had many more defenders. Hashtags like Justice for Johnny began trending, and more audio leaks were released that told a different story from what we had been fed by the Sun. In several audio leaks, Amber can be heard admitting to also physically Mr. Depp. In addition to that, several conspiracy theories were also started that insinuated Miss Heard had pre-planned her attack on Johnny Depp with some friends. Although before we move on, make sure you hit that like button because it really helps out our channel. Now let's get back to it, shall we? According to Entertainment Weekly, Fantastic Beasts 3 has now had to push back their release date to July 15, 2022 due to the exit of Johnny Depp. Following the loss of his high-profile libel case against UK newspaper The Sun, Depp was forced out of the film. Now Warner Brothers is desperately searching for someone to replace his character. In a letter posted to his Instagram page, Johnny Depp had this to say. In light of recent events, I would like to make the following short statement. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who has gifted me with their support and loyalty. I have been humbled and moved by your many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, I wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Bros. From my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I have respected and agreed to that request. Finally, I wish to say this. The surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong, and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false. My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time. Now, initially, this was not the stance of Warner Brothers. Back in 2017, both the director and producer of the film defended keeping Depp in the series and highlighted his importance. Now, I mentioned earlier that J.K. Rowling defended Depp, and in her statement back in 2017, she said, "The huge mutually supportive community that has grown up around Harry Potter is one of the greatest joys of my life. For me personally, the inability to speak openly to fans about this issue has been difficult, frustrating, and at times painful. However, the agreements that have been put in place to protect the privacy of two people, Depp and Heard, both of whom have expressed a desire to get on with their lives, must be respected. Based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movies." Yes, movies, plural. Meaning, yet again, Johnny Depp has had a massive opportunity to play a staple character in a series ripped away from him. Warner Brothers even said in 2017, "This matter has been jointly addressed by both parties," in a statement in which they said there were never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Based on the circumstances and the information available to us, we, along with the filmmakers, continue to support the decision to proceed with Johnny Depp in the role of Grindelwald in this and future films. Now, these older statements are especially embarrassing now given their recent statement on the matter. In a statement to the press in regards to Mr. Depp's removal from the film, a Warner Brothers representative had this to say. "Johnny Depp will depart the Fantastic Beasts franchise. We thank Johnny for his work on the films to date. Fantastic Beasts 3 is currently in production, and the role of Gellert Grindelwald will be recast. The film will debut in theaters worldwide in the summer of 2022. Super cool of them to do a little plug there for their upcoming movie while simultaneously telling fans that their favorite character is getting the boot. This obviously is in direct connection to the ruling in Depp's defamation case with The Sun. Even the fact that Depp said that he was asked to resign just reeks of a PR strategy aimed at keeping the drama as limited as possible. None of this has been good for Warner Brothers, especially considering that if they honestly believe Amber Heard, why didn't they act on it back in 2017 when fans were crying for Depp's removal then? It just goes to show you that they will immediately shift to whatever side brings them the least amount of negative press. Unfortunately, once more of these shocking details emerge on this case, I have a strong feeling that Warner Brothers may flip again.
So as we covered a few weeks back, Johnny Depp lost the libel suit against The Sun as they called him a wife. And because of this, he was asked to walk away from his role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. And now the studio has announced that actor Mads Mikkelsen has officially been cast as Grindelwald, replacing Johnny Depp. Depp played the Dark Wizard in the first two installments of J.K. Rowling's series, including The Crimes of Grindelwald. But even though he has already filmed one scene for the third installment, they still want to distance themselves from the actor in light of his legal battle. Some good news is that he will still be getting paid the full amount, with The Hollywood Reporter saying, quote, "Warner Brothers will be on the hook for Depp's full salary, even though he only had shot one scene since production began on September 20th in London. Like many A-listers, Depp has a so-called pay or play contract, which requires that he be fully compensated whether or not the film is made, and even if it's recast. But this decision could mean a permanent change in Johnny's entire acting career in the future, as studios will not want to affiliate themselves with such a terrible crime. And if he keeps losing legal battles, the studio will have no choice. After Depp announced on his Instagram that he would be leaving the series, Mikkelsen was quickly rumored for the role, but he previously said that he hadn't been contacted about the role and was, quote, waiting for that phone call. But the call came soon, especially since Mikkelsen was Yates' next choice to play Grindelwald. Deadline also said, quote, the aim is to keep on track a picture that recently moved its original November 12th of 2021 release date to summer of 2022. The cast, led by Eddie Redmayne and Jude Law, are already shooting. Mikkelsen is best known for other villainous roles like playing the James Bond villain in Daniel Craig's first Bond movie, Casino Royale, as well as Hannibal Lecter in the NBC television series Hannibal. Depp's role was previously played by Colin Farrell in 2016's Where to Find Them Under a Guise. So once Johnny was ousted, many fans expected him to be the replacement, but this didn't end up happening because Farrell is currently playing the Penguin on the Batman set at the same time as Fantastic Beasts continues to film. Usually he would have been able to go back and forth to play both, but because of he's forced to stay on the same set. The latest installment of the series is currently in production at Warner Bros. Studios just outside of London. And in this film, the audience will be taken back to the Wizarding World for an all-new globe-trotting adventure. With the all-star cast including Oscar winner Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogler, Ezra Miller, and two-time Oscar nominee Jude Law, with the screenwriters being J.K. Rowling and Steve Kloves. The release date for the third Fantastic Beasts installment is July 15th, 2022, and will be distributed worldwide by Warner Bros. Pictures. Warner Bros. Wrote in its own statement when it first announced Johnny Depp will depart the Fantastic Beasts franchise, saying, quote, we thank Johnny for his work on the films to date. Fantastic Beasts 3 is currently in production, and the role of Grindelwald will be recast. The film will debut in theaters worldwide in the summer of 2022.
Before Johnny had lost his libel case with the Sun newspaper, many production companies were deciding to stay out of the whole situation involving him and Amber Heard. Warner Brothers even said that they were refusing to pick sides, and back in 2017, both the director and producer of the film defended keeping Depp in the series. Although once the hammer dropped and the judge ruled in favor of the newspaper and their original statements calling Depp a wife, everyone began to distance themselves. Depp then released a statement on his Instagram and said, in light of recent events, I would like to make the following short statement. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody who has gifted me with their support and loyalty. I have been humbled and moved by your many messages of love and concern, particularly over the last few days. Secondly, I wish to let you know that I have been asked to resign by Warner Bros. For my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I have respected and agreed to that request. Finally, I wish to say this, the surreal judgment of the court in the UK will not change my fight to tell the truth, and I confirm that I plan to appeal. My resolve remains strong and I intend to prove that the allegations against me are false. My life and career will not be defined by this moment in time. Now, regardless of how much he wants to fight, these court rulings are going to be hard to come back from. Just a few years ago, Johnny Depp was one of the highest paid actors in the world, but after allegations of domestic he essentially became box office poison. Not to his fans, obviously, but to the executive producers who are worried about being accused themselves of supporting an alleged wife abuse. That's where this whole situation of Johnny Depp being pushed out of Hollywood really stems from. According to a Washington Post report, Disney is said to have fired Depp from their Pirates of the Caribbean franchise 4 days after Amber Heard's 2018 op-ed article. The odd thing is that the article never actually named Depp, so Disney just acted on instinct with no evidence purely to save face. Then to make matters even weirder, they claimed to be removing Depp to add a new energy and vitality to the franchise, which was most likely a cover-up, seeing as though they acted swiftly on this disparaging op-ed piece from Amber Heard. Although another reason why Hollywood could be refusing to cast Depp is his price tag. According to Forbes, Depp's salary, including his profit percentage, works out to around $100 million per film for the Pirates franchise. That being said, the last film hit crazy box office numbers. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales registered a box office haul of nearly $800 million, which is even below the over $1 billion totals of the franchise's second and fourth films. With the third film, I think it was grossing somewhere in the ballpark of like $960 million. Whatever Disney is planning on doing with that extra $90 million or $100 million, it better be a decent replacement for Johnny Depp, because if not, all this money will do is cover a tremendous loss at the box office. So far, the only company that has defended Johnny Depp is Dior. Depp has been the face of Dior's fragrance Sauvage since 2015, and even amid backlash from defending him, they still refuse to fire Johnny. So it's possible that we will begin to see Depp transitioning from major box office films to representing more companies that don't mind having having a controversial figure as their frontman. After their ad aired during the Great British Bake Off, the Advertising Standards Authority said that they received a total of 11 complaints about the ad, with the complaints believing that Johnny Depp shouldn't be in it due to the details concerning his recent court case. However, the company has been thriving on controversy for years now, and having Depp represent them has never been a better fit. Regardless of Hollywood not wanting to hire Johnny Depp anymore, he still has millions of supporters. It's also very possible that through these supporters, Johnny Depp will be able to leverage more studios that will back him. He said hopefully.